In case of non-comprehensive AMCs, if any spare parts are required, here are the steps to follow. First, approve the spare request submitted by the technician. Generate a quotation. Approve the quotation and share with the customer. Close the service ticket. Follow up with customer for the quotation shared. Let us see this in action now. To approve spares request, we go to the approvals dashboard. This is available only to management and to those with approval authority. And here we see various items that require approval, which are pending for approval: AMC quotations, sales quotations. All these things have been made and they are pending approval. For now, we look at spare request non-comprehensive. Under that, we go to pending. And we see that there is a pending request for this NCAMC service request that we had earlier seen. The ticket number is presented here. The service report can be reviewed here before doing the approval, and it presents all the detail that the technician wrote and got that customer's signature, etc. So now, after satisfying ourselves with that, we go to the requisition editor and see what has been requested and hit this button to approve. Now let's see how a quotation is generated based on an approved spares request. As soon as a spares request is approved, this report here, tickets pending quotation, gets updated. As you can see, we are showing all the tickets for which quotations are pending, grouped by their month. So let's look at this October one, and we see this Timken India spare request that is pending a quotation. So we will click on that, and to generate a sales quotation, all we have to do is click here, sales quotation, and fill up a suitable subject like this. The terms and conditions can be edited if required, and hit the setup quotation button. As soon as you do that, this quotation editor is set up with all the important details like the project name that we just entered, the quotation number, customer, delivery site, the items that are required based on the spares quotation that came from the technician, including the quantity. All we have to do is provide a rate at which we want to deliver this item and save. That's it. Hit next, and you see a well formatted quotation is available here. Click, and it's here. You can print it on an A4 size paper. We have a cover letter followed by the item that has been requested, followed by the terms and conditions and all the standard terms of sale, etc. So it's a complete quotation ready to be shared with the customer. We have seen how to generate a quotation. Now let's see how the quotation can get approved. You can only share the quotation with customer after the quotation has been approved. The quotation that we just generated can be found under the commercials menu under sales quotations. You see this here. This is what we had just created. Now we will mark it as submitted. When we mark it as submitted and save it, that is when it goes to management for approval, and management will find it for approval under the approvals dashboard. Let's go to that, and we see these quotations, right? The sales quotations pending approval. So we have this submitted here, right? And we have this Timken one, and the management simply has to click on it and mark it as approved and save. As soon as the quotation is approved by management, the ticket associated with that quotation is automatically closed because the quotation has been approved. Now it is for the sales people to follow up with the customer and get the quotation approved so that they can proceed with delivery. In case of non-comprehensive AMCs, the service tickets get closed as soon as a quotation for the spares required is approved. Let us verify. Take a look at this service ticket dashboard. It shows a count of tickets in various conditions, and if we click on the completed ones, we find the Timken India complaint right here, and it is marked completed as is every other complaint. So this is how the complaints are automatically closed. Finally, let us take a look at how Opterix helps you systematically follow up on the quotations you shared with your customers. All the sales quotations are present under the commercials menu here, and we see this Timken quotation also, and there is a button for follow up right here, and it shows the last follow up note. We can click here and note down our follow up notes here. For example, supposing we were told earlier that client has called for a meeting next week along with top management and the date was scheduled for 6/11. But now, supposing we called the customer again and they said, oh, there's a change in plan. Let us meet on the 10th of November instead. So we take the suitable notes and move the date to 10th of November and save. And when we do that, again, the latest follow-up note is shown here, and our follow-up history will always be available on the click of this button. We will be able to see all the follow-ups done so far here. In the main dashboard, you see this report called Sales Quotations for Follow-up. It shows all the quotations that we need to follow up on by month. So there are October follow-ups and then there are November ones. And if I click on the November one, I will find our Timken follow-up here. Again, just like we saw, we can click on this follow-up and make updates to the notes as required based on our constant conversations with the customer. We can note these down here, and that way we keep a complete history of our discussions with our clients. That was a demo of how to handle spare parts request. We looked at how the spare parts request is approved, then a quotation was generated, the quotation was approved and shared with the customer in a PDF or in a print format. When the quotation is approved, the ticket got closed automatically and we could go verify where the completed ticket was. And finally, we saw how Opterix helps you systematically follow up on your quotations. In the next video, we will see how sales orders are generated. Thank you for watching.